It is possible I am pushing through solid rock as the ore lies alone. I am such a long way in, I can see no way through and no space. Everything is close to my face, and everything close to my face is stone. I don't have much knowledge yet in grief, so this darkness makes me feel small. You be the master, make yourself fierce, break in, and then your great transforming will happen to me, and my great grief cry will happen to you. Poem of tremendous courage here. I mean, here, his immobility is so much that he goes right to the heart of the stone. He becomes the stone itself. And then he cries out to the universe, to God, whatever your language is, for the sacred otherness of life, to break in. And he says, and then your great transforming will happen to me, and my great grief cry will happen to you. It's a poem of tremendous courage because he realizes that at that moment in your life, the only thing you have to give is your grief cry, is that sound. It's your only gift back to the universe. And perhaps the world, the universe, God is trying to hear what that particular suffering sounds like. We don't know. There's no other rationale for it. Why should human beings go through such tremendous suffering? Why should children who do nothing to anyone in Sarajevo right now be having their limbs blown off, by random mortar shells? Why should that happen? There's nothing you can say, except you can't cut yourself off from it. You can only, feel the terrible pain of that, and you open to it. You open to whatever is there. And you be the master, make yourself fierce, break in, and then your great transforming will happen to me, and my great grief cry will happen to you. It's like this incredibly intimate lovemaking where the only thing Rilke has to give is his grief. And he gives it. He says, here, this is mine. He goes down into the lake as Beowulf must go down into the lake to follow Grendel's mother. And he has to wrestle with her for 3 days and 3 nights down there. I wondered for a long time, what was it that Beowulf could take down into the lake? Here he was with the flower of Anglo-Saxon warriorhood with him, but he was the only one who could go down into the lake. And the story says that ordinary male courage won't take you down. Then I remembered this story from my own life. I was at a bridge in the Himalayas. I was walking by myself for a few days, and I was going to join up with this Belgian ornithologist I was traveling with in a Sherpa in a few days' time. And I took an alternate route. This is on the side of Annapurna. And I got to this bridge. And the bridge had, one of the cables had collapsed. And this bridge was over a 400-foot chasm. This could have been the setting for an Indiana Jones movie. And there I was alone. And all of the planks of the bridge were concertinaed into the middle. And there was just one cable going across, one at the top and one at the bottom. So you'd have to kind of work your way across. And in the middle, you had to step on all these planks, and there were huge gaps in the middle. You had to kind of swing across on the cable, and then, at least in my imagination, that's what you do, because I wasn't going to go across that bridge. And I stood there for a long time. And it was quite a moment for me, because in that stage of my life, in my mid-20s, I was I had a kind of invulnerable feeling about myself. I'd lived all over the world, and I had a very adventurous life, and I always went ahead and did it. I was always the one who went across the bridge, who did it. And here, I suddenly had this fear of going across, and I couldn't figure it out. I'd been a rock climber all my life. It's really unaccountable, but I refused to go across the bridge.